Hello, this is Mr. Fleming, and this video is for my Art 2 class. In Art 2, it is a drawing class, but we move more into illustration and being very specific to trying to communicate to an idea. Our early projects were in color, because I wanted to make sure that you had color as a tool that you could use in all your projects. So please keep in mind those first studies we did in tessellation. We have also done a illustration project with a single word, and we did talk about typography. We did talk about spacing, kerning and leading, the spacing between the letters and spacing between the lines. And I want that spacing between the letters and the lines to be really key in your rough sketches and your build-up to this project. I'll be checking your sketchbook this week, and that will be the last grade we get in before the end of the quarter. This project will be the first project for our next quarter. And this project is typography, and I gave you guys in class this piece of paper, and what it is, it's Robert Frost's paper Fire and Ice, and the words are all spelt out for you. The spacing is all done. They're fairly big, so you could use this as a design tool, and you don't have to use this particular poem, but you do need to make sure the poem or the phrase or the lyrics of the song you're using need to be printed out. You need to choose the font, the size. I want this spacing to be very, very crisp and clean. So once you know what you're going to use, and you're welcome to use Fire and Ice if you want to, you may use something else, but you must get it printed out like this. But then you're going to start working on your rough sketches. Now, right here, I've got some very quick designs to show you, and here is my rough sketch. Here I am on a horizontal plane. I'm using the paper the long way. I have the word hate here and the word desire here. And around the outside edge, I plan to put the words of Fire and Ice as part of the design element. Over here, I do have a border, but I just want to know where the edge of the paper is. I have a skull in here, and I have ice in here and fire there. And I have a space where I want two stanzas. The first stanza, some say the world will end in fire. The second stanza, some will say in ice. And I plan the words down there. So I have a horizontal and a vertical. Here, just like the last project, the word is my main focus. Here I have a skull and the fire and the ice in the eyes. Now I also went up these rough sketches, and really you want to have some ideas to build on. Here I have the globe. Again, the globe is cracked in half. Fire on top, ice down the bottom. And you can see I made spaces inside the globe where I want to put the words. You want to plan this out. You don't want to just start the drawing without a plan. Here again, I have the word hate and desire as the main focus points designed. I have a meteorite that will be fired and a meteorite, the ice crashing. And these little triangle shapes here, again, I'll separate the stanzas, but I also plan for a border for the outside of my drawing. Here we have a completely different one. Here we have the earth cracked, and I plan to put the words fire and ice over here, and the poem right down here. And again, I plan for a border. So I have 6 options to go from as far as what my ideas are. I'd like you to take a look at this one, and really this is only a rough. What I'm working on is just a basic design. On the outside, I want the poem, fire and ice, to be all the way around like a frame, in the frame. Here I have the globe, but I have circular lines going on, and I've started putting fire and ice and the words on a rounded surface. But because I have it all traced out, or all printed out rather, I can use my lighting table and just trace out the words. It really is a very valuable tool to make this project happen. In fact, it's essential, and you really can't do without it. Now, it's not that you could not plan your paper with a ruler and measure out the distance between the letters and the lines. You absolutely can. It's very tedious, and it takes a great deal of patience and a great deal of skill. At this stage, I really think you need to have your words printed out at the right font and the right size. I chose Helvetica because if I want to add something to the font, this is so simple. It's very, very easy, and it's also very, very legible. So keep those in mind. So in class tomorrow, we are working on the development stage of this project. We are illustrating fire and ice. I'm expecting to see several designs done in your sketchbook before you go to it. A rough. Then you may start a rough, but this is not final draft. I want to see the process being part of this project. I want to see the thumbnail sketches and the rough sketches in your sketchbook, and we will check your sketchbook for grades, and then with this project will be the first project we grade for the next quarter. So see you in class, and don't forget to make art, because art won't make itself.